All right, welcome to this video here where we're going to be taking a look at how to solve for the volume of a cone, particular one that doesn't have the dimensions we need. Yeah. All right, so to find the volume of a cone, we're going to use our formula pi r squared h divided by 3. We need two pieces of information. We need the radius and we need the height. This cone gives us the diameter and the slant height, not ones that we need. Well, the radius is easy to solve for. All we need to do is take the diameter divided by 2, which means that we're going to have a radius of 13 centimeters, or sorry, 13 inches. Read my dimensions wrong. But the slant height, or the height, is going to be a little more difficult to solve. In order to do that, we have to envision that this triangle, the height, the radius, and the slant height, create a right angle triangle where the slant height is our hypotenuse, the C value, and our radius is going to be, in this case, our B value, and our height is going to be our A value. Should have probably labeled it better, but hopefully you understand kind of what we're looking at. So you're going to see C squared minus B squared is equal to A squared. I've rearranged it to solve for a leg instead of the hypotenuse. I'm going to plug my values in. Slant height there is 39. The radius, and yes, we're using the radius, is 13. And that should give us an A value of 36.77, which now you can see my really nice right angle triangle in there. And that's what we were solving for. So there's our height. Now that we have the height and we know what the radius is, we can use our volume formula, pi r squared h divided by 3, plug our radius in of 13, our height of 36.77, divide that all by 3, and you should get a volume of 6,507.34 cubic inches. Now, I have tried to keep all of my decimal places as much as possible, so my answer might be a little bit different than yours if you try the same thing, but it should be very similar. Which in other words means that you got a very similar answer. You've done the calculations right. You just rounded the numbers a little bit different. That is how we use the slant height in order to find the height and then solve for the volume of our cone. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the day.